Welcome to the first section of shell permissions. I'll be doing shell permissions in two different categories. I'll be doing shell permissions in numbers. I'll be doing shell permissions in alphabets. First of all, let me just open the terminal. Here we have our terminal, and what we're gonna do here, we have to see the permissions for all these files which are listed on our home directory. So what I'm gonna do is to do ls-l %. Right here, as you can see on your left side, there are permissions. Currently they are all directories. For as long as you see the first D here, you have to know you're dealing with directories. All these are directories. These are the ones listed here. These are the permissions. The first are the permissions for the user, the second is a permission for the group, and the last one is the permission for others who have access to our files. I have a document in front of me. We have our key on the left side, and we have something here on the middle. So this section is for the users, the user of a PC or the user of the computer. R represents 4, W represents 2, and X represents 1. The hyphen or a dash represents a 0. For the user, we have the read permission, which is 4. We've put 4 here. W, which is 2, and we've put 2 here. We add 4 plus 2. We have an X, which is execute, which is 1. We do plus 1, and we do have a hyphen, which is 0. There's no 0 here. Never mind about this hyphen here, because this one is supposed to be on the other side, because this is for the directory only. It's RWX 4 plus 2 plus 1, which is 7. This is for the user. So the next section is for the group. The group has the read permission, which is 4. We put 4 here. They have the write permission, which is 2 plus a 0. 4 plus 2 plus 0, which is 6. Lastly, we have section for others. Others only have the permission to read. Read, as you can check on our key, has 4 hyphen or dash dash, meaning 0 0, which is 4 plus 0 plus 0, which is 4. Let's move to the practical section of permission. Before we move on to the next section, this permission belongs to a file. This permission right here belongs to the directory. Why? Because we don't have a D here, so we have D's here. This permission and this permission belongs to a folder or a directory. As we discussed before in the previous section, R is 4, W is 2, then X is 1, which means this is a full permission for the user. Remember, the first section is for the user. Next on, we go to the section for the group. The group has the read and executing permission, so it's 5. R is 4 and X is 1. Moving on to the next section, we see that others only have the read permission. Read permission is only 4. We have the double dashes or hyphens, which is equal to 0, which makes it 754. Next on, we go to the folder permission. Folder permission is indicated with a D. You always realize there's a D here indicating it's a folder. What kind of permissions do we have on the first example? We have full access or full permission by the user. So next up, we do have 0 permission for the group. Then we have 0 permission for others, which makes it 7. This one is full permission, 7, 0 here and 0 here. The next example is a directory as well, so there's full permission as well with the user or the owner of the PC. The next permission goes to the group. The group has R and X, which is R is 4, a dash is 0, X is 1, which makes it 5. We move on to the permission for others. Others who have access to our computer as usual. So there is R and X as well. It's only read and execute permissions, which makes it 5. 4 plus 1 is 5. Welcome to the second section of shell permissions practicals. In this section, everything has been already set on the desktop. I do have a folder right here, or a directory, which is named condition. I'll do cd to move to the desktop. I'll do cd space desktop, then I'll press enter. Then we are on the desktop. Let's see if we can see this condition folder. Then we do, for us to see what is on the desktop, we'll do ls, then press enter. We do have condition, it's right there. So let's go inside condition. Then I'll do cd, which is change directory to condition, press enter to go inside. I'll go inside here as well. Now under condition we have where and when. We have to remove the read, write and execution permission on these files. So we're gonna do we're gonna start with the alphabets now, so later on we'll do with numbers. I'll put the command chmod, then space, then I'll do a minus rwx, which is read, write and execute on files where, on the directory where, and file is when. Watch what will happen when I press enter. These files will be locked. The files are locked now. Let's try to open them. We do not have access to anything right here. I'll press OK. Let me try to open this one as well. So it needs the password, so that we have to access the folder. I'll do cd where it says permission denied. Where on this file we don't have permission to access this folder. So I'll also try to read what is inside the when file. I'll do cat, then space when. I'll press enter. I do not have permission to access this file. Permission is denied. So let's remove the permissions and try to work with numbers. By granting the permissions, I will do chmod. I'll put a plus instead of a minus. I'll put a plus rwx, which is read, write, execute, where and when. Then I press enter. Now as I refresh right here, as I do refresh, you will see that everything is already set. Let's try using numbers. Okay, I'll start by doing chmod. Now we have to remove the permissions with the numbers. As we discussed before, when we do 000, we remove permissions on every file. So I'll have to remove the permissions on the folder where and on the file when. So I'll do where, then space, when for the file. Then I'll press enter. They've been locked again. Same process that we started with before, and same process that we are doing now. So let's try to open. We do not have access. I'll try to open this one as well. It needs a password for me to access the folder. So let me remove the files. Let me try to delete the files. Okay, let me say rm to remove. I'll say r for -r, then I'll say where, press enter. I do not have access, so it's write protected. Let me grant the permission back to the file and the directory. So I'll do chmod. I'll give full permission to both the directory and the file. So I'll do 777. Then I'll give the permission to the folder, it's where, then the file is when. Then the permission has been given to both files. I'll just do Ctrl R to reload. Everything is back to normal. Now I'll have to delete the file. So by deleting the folders, I'll do rm again -r. I'll do where, this is for the directory, which is the folder. It has been removed. From there on, I'll have to go back to desktop. Then I'll also have to go back to the desktop, cd space ... Then I'll press enter. It's currently on the desktop, so I'll remove the mother folder condition. I'll do rm space -r, and I'll do condition, then I'll press enter. It's gone. So there are permissions that you don't have to grant to others and to the groups. Such kind of permissions 777, or you can't do permissions like 666. The files and directories will be vulnerable for modifications in case you wanted them private. So these kind of permissions 777 and 666. So the permission 777 is RWX. There are 3 sets, and RW doesn't have to be applied as well. I hope you understood how shell permissions works, and if you have a question, drop it down on the comment section. So see you in the next tutorial.